We should be streaming, right? Okay, the audio's there. The audio's there. Now we're gonna go back here. Come on. Jarvis. Let's go. We're back. What's up, y'all? Should say we're live now. Let me check. Let me check the cellular device. One moment. And it's working. All right. Let's go. A minute late. We are a minute late. That's okay. That's okay. Is anyone in here? One person's in here. Okay. It's all right. We're going to go from here. Going to set this up so I can read the chat. Welcome in. Today, we are going to be debunking superpowers. So, let's get it started. This is my list I made. I got a whole bunch of videos that, I'm waiting to review. But we're going to start with the most useless superpowers and react.
This week,
after we listen to this ad from Papa John's. But I'm going to mute.
buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get a large one topping free.
Okay.
This isn't just any chat, it's ClickUp chat. Sure,
fine.
you can tag your team, ask questions, and even drop an emoji. But the real magic is how it connects to the rest of my work. I can tag a task, a doc, or a whiteboard, everything I need in one place. This goes both ways. Chats can also be referenced inside tasks to let people join in on the fun. A chat might be connected to a project, so I can see my lists.
No way.
For your own.
I mean, this might be my best purchase of the year, except for this computer. So, without further ado, let's get into the live.
Soul. And the gauntlet just takes all these factors to the next level and makes you a one-man army. There's the fact that you can snap and wipe out half the life in the universe. Tony wiped out an
Okay.
Superpowers are supposed to be something that only exists in fiction. They're typically needed to fight supernatural foes and threats, but when translating some of these powers to real life, some of them kind of lose their value, whether it be because they're not needed or the fact that the average human can't use them easily. Last time we covered some of the most useless superpowers to have in real life, and I felt like making another one of those videos because, to be honest, I ain't even get through half the powers yet. So here's a lot more that you will probably never use in real life if you had them. First off, we got the Infinity Gauntlet, and for this video's purposes, I'm going to be referring to the MCU version. As we all know, a gauntlet powered by all the Infinity Stones is extremely overpowered. Heck, even one of these stones by themselves is OD. Think about how many Marvel movies were centered around one Infinity Stone. There's a bunch of things each stone can do. You can make yourself stronger, warp reality, manipulate time, travel through space, mind powers, and have power over your own soul. And the gauntlet just takes all these factors to the next level and makes you a one-man army. There's the fact that you can snap and wipe out half the life in the universe. Tony wiped out an entire army, and he can even pull a Thanos in.
Use the stones to destroy the stones.
Even though it's kind of stupid, but you get the point. But there's one very small problem. How many times are you going to use this thing? Think about it. If you got the Infinity Gauntlet right now in real life, you're probably not even going to be able to wield the thing. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say you can actually lift this hunk of metal up. You get one use before you get deleted. This thing can only be used by the Hulk and Thanos safely because they can withstand gamma radiation. Last time
He makes a good point. He makes a good point here. None of us would be able to withstand the Gauntlet's power, therefore rendering it useless. But, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want this anyways. This has got to be... I mean, is this a superpower, though? I don't think so. I wouldn't consider the Infinity Gauntlet a superpower.
checked. Us regular humans can't do that. Why do you think Tony got packed up when he used it? Heck, even one stone can't be handled by a human. Star-Lord tried to hold it and started breaking apart. This boy needed the power of friendship to save him. And if we're being really specific, Star-Lord wasn't even a full human back then in the first movie, so you'll probably get vaporized if you try to hold the stone. The most likely option for the gauntlet is that it will end up like the Nintendo Power Glove.
It's so bad.
You're gonna have this junk laying in the corner of your room collect.
Yeah, no one is using the Infinity Gauntlet, chat. You're a clown if you pick this.
In dust. Oh yeah, this is one gonna get a few of y'all mad. Next up, we're gonna talk about the Gum Gum Fruit, or as it's actually known.
Okay, these are not superpowers, bro.
Known as the point rocket and 12. Not to mention, most might be lucky if you get 19, and he ate the fruit as a set.
Chat, we're gonna pick a better video. One sec. Let's do this one. That's my bad. I didn't watch enough of that video.
This game, you're not ready.
Almost every kid has dreamed of becoming a superhero. But if superpowers were real, would they actually be any good?
Alright, chat. Type which superpower... Okay, wait. I better not see any freaky superpowers, but type what superpower you would pick. If you could have any superpower in the world, type what you would pick in the chat.
Welcome to the world of superpowers, where everything sounds awesome until you actually get one. First up, super regeneration. You know, that cool...
Okay, this is a horrible one to start out with. No one's picking this.
Cool ability where you can heal from anything. Sounds perfect, right? You get shot? No worries. Your wound zips closed faster than your ex blocking you on social media.
Damn.
Your arm gets chopped off? Just wait 5 seconds and boom, brand new limb. But in reality, things would be a little different. Let's rewind. So your arm gets chopped off. What actually happens next? The moment your arm gets chopped off, your brain explodes with pain signals. Oh, did you think super healing comes with super pain tolerance? Wrong. You're feeling every excruciating nerve-ending scream, just like any regular human. Your only adaptation is the healing that comes after. But how exactly does this healing work? Let's dive into 2 scenarios. Scenario 1.
Chat, I gotta
your
put a
body
blanket
heals.
over my feet. I'm freezing. What up, Smoz? Dude, Smoz, hey. If you could pick any superpower, type it in the chat. Which one would you pick? Because we're debunking these.
Just like a normal humans, but at hyperspeed. Blood vessels constrict, platelets rush in, and scar tissue forms faster than you can say,
"Where's my arm?"
But here's the catch, your limb isn't growing back. Ever. You're just left with a really nicely sealed stump.
Okay, that's not at all what happens in Wolverine. He just grows back, like, completely.
Congratulations on your extremely efficient scar. Scenario 2 looks more promising. Your cells start dividing like crazy, rebuilding your entire arm salamander style.
Ooh. Decide the future. So basically you could like warp your reality to whatever you want. Like anything you want could happen. It's an interesting power, Smalls. Yeah, decide the future's a little insane, low-key.
Amazing. Except for one tiny problem. Every cell division is a game of genetic Russian roulette. With billions of new cells forming, your DNA copying errors stack up faster
I don't care how many people hate on flight. I'm picking flight as my power.
than medical bills. And you know what happens when cells go rogue? Cancer.
This is the 9th cancer this week.
Maybe you could just cut off your tumor-filled arm and try again. Problem solved. But the fun doesn't stop there. Remember telomeres from biology class? Those little protective caps on your DNA that get shorter every time your cells divide? The things responsible for aging. Your superpower...
Dude, okay, yeah. Teleport is pretty good. At the same time, though, I just want the feeling of flying. I don't know. Flying just seems so, like, tough, dude. Teleport would be cool, too. I would teleport right to you right now, Smalls, if I could. Hey, check out this Darth Vader mask I bought for $3, though. Anyone else in the chat has already seen this?
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I didn't even know it did that. Yeah, I also have that prediction. That teleportation's got to be on one of these lists.
is basically aging on steroids. Your cells are dividing so fast that your biological clock isn't ticking, it's sprinting. You might heal that wound,
Yes, bro.
but you'll look
Wait.
like a walking...
The Earth rotates. Hold up. That's a Joe Bart video. That video annoyed me though, dude. Like you'd have to calculate where you like would teleport
Fossil by
depending on how far it is in correlation to the speed of the Earth.
next Tuesday. And let's not forget about the time it would take to heal. A complex structure like an arm would take weeks or even months to fully regenerate. You won't be able to clap your hands for a while. Sorry. Now for the cherry on this nightmare cake. Imagine some evil corporation discovers your powers. With nothing but a feeding tube to keep you alive, they could subject you to endless torture, cutting you open again and again to study how your powers work. And if you're unlucky, you don't even get to fall unconscious. That got dark fast. Well, let's lift the mood and talk about something more uplifting. Flight.
If this guy debunks flight, I'm gonna be so upset.
This one's tricky because flying would actually be pretty awesome. You guys in the comments of the last video were right by choosing this one. But don't get too excited, your airborne adventures would still come with some drawbacks.
No, they wouldn't.
In the real world, you probably need wings to fly.
Shut up. Shut up. That's so stupid. You don't need... Okay, this is hypothetical. Why would you need wings, bro? Okay.
And not those cute little angel wings from Halloween costumes. For a human weighing about 180 pounds to actually get off the ground, you'd need massive wings. For reference, an albatross, the bird with the biggest wingspan at 11 feet, weighs only 26 pounds. Scaling that up, your human-sized wings would need to stretch nearly 29 feet. Imagine trying to get through a doorway. But let's say you could fly superhero style without the ridiculous wings, there would still be some problems. Altitude is your first...
Okay, how is there still... Oh, no. He's going to talk about G-Force, bro. He's talking about G-Force, bro. From Top Gun. I almost said... What was I going to say? I don't know. G-Force, though.
First enemy. The higher you go, the thinner the air gets. Your human lungs aren't built for that. Go above a certain height without an oxygen mask, and you'll pass out mid-flight. And I think crashing into the ground from 30,000 feet wouldn't be a fun experience. And don't forget about bugs.
Okay, bro. This guy's an idiot. He didn't even mention G-Force.
High speeds, hitting even a tiny insect feels like getting shot with a BB gun. No windshield wipers on your face, remember? One beat of the eyeball at that speed and your heroic journey ends with you spiraling down while screaming. Birds are even worse. They're basically feathered missiles with attitude problems. Ever seen what a bird does to an airplane windshield? Now imagine that's your face. Geese would be the new supervillains in your life. Temperature is a whole other problem. And the higher you go...
Okay, so far all of these issues can be solved by wearing a suit. Or like by wearing a leather jacket and some goggles. Or even a Vader mask. Can you imagine, chat? If you saw me flying around the block in this... One second. I gotta find the switch.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah. No, are you serious, dude? I could literally wear this and fly and be completely fine. Or some sort of, like, mask. Literally any form of protection solves all of these issues.
Colder it gets. Fly too high without protection.
Like, I would even wear an air tank if I had to.
And you'll be a human popsicle. So if you had the power to fly, you'd need a full body suit so you don't freeze to death, an oxygen tank so you don't pass out mid-flight, protective goggles so bugs don't blind you, and you'd need to fly slow enough to dodge birds. But hey, you're flying. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, let's not forget about the government. Flying without...
Screw the government, bro. Okay. YouTube, don't ban me for saying that. I'm not listening to the government if I can fly, bro. Okay. Especially if it's... Okay. They do low-key have, like, insane drones that I probably wouldn't be able to outmaneuver if I had flight. Because, okay, in this situation, it's only one superpower. And if you only have flight, that's, like, no durability, no strength. You could get gunned down pretty easily.
Mission could make you a target for the military. Accidentally cruise over a no-fly zone?
Okay, hear me out. If I had the ability to fly, I'm going straight to Area 51, and I'm live streaming it on YouTube.
You're now being tracked by fighter jets wondering what kind of weird missile you are. Good luck explaining your superpower to the military tribunal. Still, I think having flight would be better than not
what's up, Lil
having it. The advantages just outweigh the negatives. But maybe get a really good lawyer.
And we got hit with an ad. What's it going to be?
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed than high school students.
Wow.
Just in case.
That's not good news.
Know what else would get you in trouble? X-ray vision.
Ooh, y'all. All right, you're freaky. If you want X-ray vision, don't talk to me. You're a freak. Hey, chat. I'm still not seeing anyone. Okay. Shout out Ethan for typing what superpower you would pick. But hey, anyone new in the chat, type what superpower you would pick right now.
People think this means seeing through clothes. But sorry to break it to you, you won't be seeing anyone naked. Actual X-rays only show bones. Ever seen an X-ray image? It's just a spooky skeleton, not some magical see-through power. Unless you're a doctor, this ability is pretty useless. The worst part? Every time you activate this so-called superpower, you're basically blasting people with radiation. Congrats, your superpower is giving everyone cancer. Some hero you turned out to be. Moving on, let's talk about super hearing. The power to hear everything. Sounds cool.
That would like overstimulate you way too much.
Till about 30 seconds in. Imagine your ears picking up every conversation, every dog bark, every toilet flush within a 1-mile radius.
Yep, that would suck.
Wanna sleep? Good luck with that. Your neighbor 3 blocks away just sneezed. Someone's microwave just dinged half a mile away. 2 cats are fighting in an alley. A couple is having an argument about whose turn it is to take out the trash.
Yeah, I agree, Smalls. That's a very stupid power.
All at the same time. Your brain would be drowning in an ocean of noise pollution. Normal humans hear between 20 to 20,000 hertz, but with super hearing, you'd pick up everything from whale songs to bat squeaks. And let's be honest, what are you actually gonna do with super hearing? Become the world's nosiest neighbor? Hey Jim, I overheard you talking to your lover about divorcing your wife. Is everything alright?
That is okay. Wait, I didn't think about this. Any conversation around you, you could listen to. Like if you're at a party and you were like scared, you know. Okay. Hear me out. No one could like troll you or like I don't know. I don't know if you'd want that though. That's kind of like mind reading a little bit.
Sure.
Which is also kind of a freaky power if you guys are into mind reading.
Your brain might eventually adapt and filter some noise out, but until then, you'd be a twitchy, sleep-deprived mess begging for earplugs.
Oh.
Next on the list is talking to fish.
Okay, you're an idiot. Oh, sorry about that voice crack. You're stupid if you want to talk to fish as a superpower.
Well, this will be a quick one. Do you really want to be Aquaman? Yeah, I thought so. At last we have mind reading. Mind reading is fine, unless you can't switch it off. So you're reading minds every time, all at the same time. You would probably go insane quite quickly. Having to hear thoughts constantly is just like being forced to listen to someone nagging you forever. Imagine being at a basketball game and getting blasted with everyone's thoughts simultaneously. Most of us would end up going completely insane or just isolate ourselves after a while. Being constantly bombarded with other people's minds would make you lose consciousness of your own self. You wouldn't even know who you are anymore.
If you have mind reading, it's gotta be selective.
Plus the police would definitely make you their human lie detector.
Okay, on to the next.
Zombies.
No. Okay, wait. We can do... Chat, we have some options here. We could watch the dumbest decisions in superhero movies, which is a pretty good video. I started watching it and I agreed with it pretty fast. What do you guys think? Or we could keep on the superhero or superpower theme and go the best superpowers. I'm just gonna go. We'll save movies. Oh, dude, the Fort Gorilla Dorm live is gonna be insane. Okay, let's go. Let's stay with the theme. We're gonna stay with superpowers.
The future of home shopping is here, and it's only on Homes.com.
So I made a video a few days ago on the most useless superpowers to have in real life, and it did really well. But I figured it's only right to make a video on the best superpowers to have in real life as well. So let's get into it. First up is teleportation. You waste so much of your life driving, flying.
That's so real. Teleportation is odd. Like, that's debatable for one of the best superpowers in the world, I think. Teleportation. I mean, you could get out of anything. Man. Okay, I'm trying to think of what I would do with teleportation. You know, I mean, you could walk through any walls.
And
I mean, you can. It's pretty much like phasing. Like anywhere you can think of, you can just be, which is pretty crazy.
walking to different destinations every day. Imagine being able to instead just teleport there in an instant. You want to go to Egypt? You're there. The Bahamas? You're there. Paris? You're there. Your buddy's house with the hot mom? You're there. Just imagine you're using the bathroom at school. You don't want to go back to geometry class because fuck geometry class. Now you're back at your house to grab a snack. Or maybe you went somewhere cooler like the beach or something, I don't know. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Not to mention you're pulling every bitch on this planet that you want. No girl's denying someone who can teleport them to a beach in an instant. You can't lose.
That is low-key a good point. That is a good point.
Teleportation can solve like 99% of your problems in life. You're broke? Robbed a bank. You're hungry? Went to New York for a slice. You're lonely? You're at one of your girlfriend's house because you got 30 of them. And this is just scratching the surface. If you guys want me to make a video dedicated just on teleportation, then let me know in the comments. Next up is ice powers. This power is OD. Also,
No way. There's no way ice powers made it onto this. What is this? Is this a top? Okay, wait. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a top 4 power for this guy. Is ice powers.
turned that whole town into a blizzard like it was nothing. Made a damn ice castle and made a talking snowman. Who the fuck doesn't want a talking snowman? I'm sorry, but if I got ice powers like that, summer's never coming around again. Summer's for the birds. I'm having my whole town looking like Narnia before the Queen lost. Nothing's worse than waking up on Christmas Day, looking outside and seeing the sun's out, or it's raining. You'll never have that problem with ice powers. All December can be a blizzard. Let's say you take your talents to the government. You offer to get rid of global warming in exchange for $1 billion. Bam, you're rich. As long as they don't take you and experiment on you. Now let's say you're out at the bar. You're dressed up real nice because you're rich now. A couple hooligans come up and try to snatch your chain and watch. Turn them into a couple of snow cones. Next up is shapeshifting. We're just gonna assume you can shapeshift into other humans and not animals. There's actually a lot of benefits from this power.
That sucks. I would shapeshift into animals more than I would shapeshift into humans. Dude, if you could shapeshift into an animal, you could like gain almost... There's a lot of like natural superpowers that animals have that you could have. Like flight, camouflage, speed, strength. What else? Like underwater abilities, like a dolphin or an alligator. Like there's so many weird animal abilities that you could gain from shapeshifting into an animal.
You could shapeshift into a famous celebrity and charge people to take pictures and get autographs. You could get your bum-ass geometry teacher that you don't like fired by turning into them and doing dumb shit like getting naked in public or assaulting someone.
Perfect.
Fuck geometry. Go to a concert.
Chat, this guy really does not like geometry.
And shapeshift into the singer. Take the stage before the singer does and see what happens. Sneak into the White House as the president. Are these morally correct? No. Are they cool ideas though? Yeah. You could probably shapeshift into the president and just get all your food for free. The possibilities are really endless for this power. Last up here is regenerative healing factor.
No way. This was on the worst. This is on the worst superpowers for the other guy.
This is pretty self-explanatory. You can heal from almost anything. Don't have to worry about being shot, stabbed, beat up, falling from a height, car crash. You're good. Really nothing can take you down. Plus it makes for a cool party trick. You can stab yourself in the hand and show everyone how quick.
Except you still feel that pain, bro. This guy needs to sit down and watch the last video that we watched. You still feel all of this.
It heals. You don't really age past a certain point. You're kind of like Deadpool minus his skill set and messed up skin. The only downside is that you'll outlive everyone you love, but hey, I'll take it. It could be worse. Plus, it's not like you'll live forever. Eventually the sun will swallow the earth, or a meteor will put us down, or Earth could fall out of the sun's orbit and you'll freeze to death. One of those should do the trick to put you down. So you can just enjoy life until then. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe as it really helps me out. That's all I have.
I disagree with his last one a lot. Let's see. Let's watch the 5 most powerful.
From Bear to Brow Test,
superpowers.
Passed with Faux Brow by L'Oreal Paris.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free. They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can...
We all know that superpowers are just the best, and we all want a superpower.
any power. But if you could pick any super ability, then which one would be the most useful? Which one would give you the biggest advantage in the world? Well, we're going to look over the 5 most powerful ones that there are. Although I am going to leave time travel off of this list, because although it's a powerful ability, in real life it's just too unpredictable and too uncontrollable to be effective. I mean, if you travel back in
time travel is not even in my top 5, I don't think.
Time 200 years and sneezed, then the germs you release in the past would wipe out Earth's entire population, as their immune systems just aren't ready for it. And inversely, if you went 200 years into the future, then you'd likely catch a virus in a few minutes that would end up killing you. And that is just one of the millions of problems with time travel. So although it would have its uses, it would most likely create more problems than it would solve. Omega level intelligence. Creation is the superpower
Again,
of the
not in my top 5. Intelligence, are we serious?
mutant Forge, and this ability allows him to create anything that he can imagine. Literally anything he can imagine, he can build a machine that can do it. From time travel to interdimensional teleporters, sentient robots, machines that build planets, and weapons that can destroy planets, suns, or even solar systems. Rick and Morty is a great example of why Omega level intelligence is so useful. Basically, if you are this smart, you can create anything you want. So this is without a doubt one of the most powerful abilities there is. True about...
Okay, I take this back. If I had Omega level intelligence, I would instantly become Iron Man.
Your tech, you're not that much, but don't forget, you can rewrite your genetics to get any ability or superpower that you want. So this power is literally all the superpowers rolled into one. Flight, strength, healing, shapeshifting, telekinesis, immortality. There is no power you wouldn't be able to get, and nothing you would not be able to achieve. So this isn't so much a superpower, as it is just a wish granter. Everything you want, you can instantly know how to create, and you can do, because you have the intelligence to create anything. And even a person with a dull imagination would still be able to make stuff, because they've just got to read a book or watch a superhero film, and then they would know what they need to create. This is a power that quite literally makes you a god. Or to be more accurate, a power that lets you turn yourself into a god. Psychic power. Now, one of the best examples of a psychic power is of course Professor Xavier. He is the most powerful psychic mind in the world in his universe after all. The only downside with his ability is, although he can change the world to whatever he wants, alter people's memories, make them less or more racist, his psychic suggestions don't last forever. So say he changed the world so all mutants were accepted by everyone else, that would work. For a short time. And then
I gotta be honest, chat, I don't really understand Professor X's power, to be honest. I don't have X-Men ball knowledge.
slowly people's memories would return to normal and they'd go back to hating them.
Like, why would you mess with people's memory? You know what I'm saying?
And of course, they'd probably also hate the man who mind-washed them in the first place, because this is quite an evil power at the end of the day. But there are more subtle ways of using this power to get what you want, such as running for president, and getting everyone to vote for you. True, after the election, their views on politics would go back to what they were before, but on the day of the election, you've just got to control them once to make them tick your box, and suddenly you are in charge of the most powerful army in the history of mankind. And that's a lot of power. And a short trip to the UN for votes or negotiations.
I would never want to be a president of the United States. I would never. To know, like, all of the stuff, because all of, like, our conspiracy theories that we have, they'd know. You know, and I couldn't live with myself if I knew everything that was going on up there, you know? Does that make sense?
You could influence them again.
I would never want to be in a position of power in the government.
Any form of agenda voted through legally using democracy. This means that you can create a perfect world, or at least a perfect world for you and your worldview. Now that could be a capitalist world, a Nazi world, or a free world where everyone is equal. Even changing the laws in third world countries to make slavery illegal and finally get rid of that stain on the human race. You could give women equal rights in the Asian countries, and all other countries as well. Then get every billionaire to back every scientist who could create whatever technology you want. An unlimited budget and the right minds, and you could cure every illness. And you could probably even find a way to slow human aging, if not stop it. Just remember the COVID vaccine. When everyone put aside all their problems and their political agendas and just worked together, scientists sharing resources and knowledge, and suddenly...
Chad, I'm not gonna lie, the COVID vaccine's gotta be a scam. Okay, I'm never taking that.
Humans can achieve almost anything. And this is of course the best way to use this power. Not just take control of people's minds like some sort of crazy villain, you do it subtly, manipulating them in a way that actually helps you in the long run. You see, this is actually an insanely useful power, but psychics never use it right in fiction. The real trick isn't stealing memories or mind-washing people and controlling their every movement. No, it is subtly manipulating people into making the choices you want. And it's pretty much untraceable as powers go, because people will just assume that they were in a bit of an odd mood on that day and go with it. The power of suggestion and persuasion are two of the most powerful abilities in the world. Even people without, whenever you want, and everything will come out in your favour. Winning the lottery, hiring a team of scientists to stop you from aging, having luck means that you will just succeed in anything you set out to do, because it means everything will always work out in your favour. It's like if someone took a shot at you with a gun, all the bullets would just somehow miss you, or the gun would misfire, or they'll trip up on the way and shoot someone else by mistake. You literally would never have to worry about anything, because you're completely safe from any kind of harm. Luck will keep you safe in every conceivable way. Having the power of luck means that you literally never have to worry about anything. This gives you a completely stress-free life, as nothing can ever go wrong. And it's not just that you'll pick something up on the street and go, oh look, it's a winning lottery ticket. It's everything in your life. If you invest in stocks, they will do well. If you back scientists who are going to cure AIDS, they'll figure out the way to do it. You don't even have to do anything dishonest with this power. You just...
Yeah, luck is possibly the best one on here. I would say after going through these videos a little bit, I would say luck is probably in my top 5 superpowers. What's up, Callan? Hey, Callan, type what superpower you would pick if you could pick any.
Just have to set out and everything will go in your favor. You cannot fail. And to be honest, having that kind of peace of mind of knowing that no matter what happens, everything will always work out in your favor, well, that actually makes this one of the greatest powers there is. Because all the other powers on this list do give you a lot of abilities, but they're no guarantee that everything will work out in your favor. But luck means everything will always work out in your favor, as you literally have a blessed life, and that is worth anything. Energy absorption.
Okay. I don't see how energy absorption could help you.
When it comes to raw power, nothing compares to power absorption. After all, this is Superman's true ability. You see, he doesn't have dozens of superpowers, he only has one, and that is the power to absorb the energy of the sun. And from that, he releases that power as heat vision or flying or super strength. But these are all just side effects of his actual ability. And if you can tap into the power of the sun, then you have enough power to control the movements of planets, you can control gravity, magnetism, basically every force of unity that controls the very fabric of the universe. These are the powers that hold everything together, and you have them. And if you can absorb other forms of energy, then again, there's literally nothing you can't do. Your body becomes a walking, sentient sun with virtually limitless power, or at least a few billion years worth. And since absorbing energy either slows your aging to a crawl, or it just keeps you young forever, it essentially makes you immortal. So it's a pretty sweet power.
Guys,
and if you can
immortality is bottom 5 superpowers.
Absorb all forms of energy, then nothing can hurt you, quite literally. Because any force directed your way will just be absorbed automatically by your body. Bullets being shot at you would just stop in midair as you absorb the kinetic force. The same with punches or knives or basically anything. You can just absorb that energy and you're completely fine. And since you can absorb it and then give it off in different forms, that lets you have all of Superman's powers, such as flying and shooting lasers from your eyes. And you can also move objects with your mind or vaporize a city, or have Magneto's magnetic powers, as all of these are just forms of energy that you can release. This ability is extremely versatile, and in terms of raw power, energy absorption is probably the strongest ability that you can have. Matter manipulation. Now, there isn't much to be said about this because it literally makes you the most powerful being in the universe, and it literally allows you to do anything. You can turn oxygen into gold, you can make old people young again, heal any injury or wound, heal cancer, you can make trees that grow fully cooked pepperoni pizzas. You name it, you can do it. That is literally what it means when you can rearrange molecules. You can just do anything. Anything you can imagine, anything someone can suggest, you can just do it. You can stop aging, you can stop death, you can bring the dinosaurs back to life, you can raise the dead and conquer the universe. This power lets you control all of reality. So I think you'll agree, it's a pretty useful ability.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
I mean,
that's gotta be, possibly the best one. It's too overpowered.
This is basically having omnipotence, which is obviously the most powerful ability there is, because omnipotence literally means you know everything and you can do anything. But it's also not really a superpower, it's just being the Christian god. So I haven't really added it to this list because in human terms, matter manipulation is as close as we can get. And it does mean pretty much the same thing as omnipotence because you can just do whatever you want. But those are my choices for the 5 most powerful super abilities that there are. But what are your thoughts on these powers? Are they the best ones out there? Or do you think there are others that should have been included instead?
I think psychic power should not be in the top 4. I gotta be honest. Let's see. Hey, let's go to this guy's top 10.
When it was time to add my son to our car insurance, I was scared to even think about my wallet. But instead, with Drive Easy on the Geico app, my son's safe driving score saved us even more.
It feels good to save. It feels good to Geico.
This video is presented by Anthem, BioWare's new action RPG. Where would we be without superpowers? For one thing, our move...
Super speed? Okay, I will say, Callan, that one did get debunked earlier, in an earlier video. But I'll let it slide. Super speed is a good power.
Movies, games, comics, and TV shows would be a lot less fun. And even though we'll never have them in real life, we can't help but dream about which superpowers would be the coolest to have. Do you want to fly around the world or control things with your mind? Or maybe you're just all about smashing stuff with your super strength. Some of the nerdiest minds on the internet, well, in the IGN offices anyway, convened to put together the list of the 10 best superpowers of all time. But as you check out our picks, remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Number 10, shapeshifting. Imagine spending a night...
That's pretty low. I feel like shapeshifting should be higher on the list.
Walking around town as a famous celebrity. Or even better, infiltrating a secret base. Or how about infiltrating a secret base while impersonating a famous celebrity? And while looking like literally any person is beyond cool, being able to transform into an animal makes shapeshifting endlessly useful. And not the least bit...
Again, shapeshifting into any animal is like giving you any superpower you want.
It's problematically creepy. Number 9, telekinesis. We think there would be nothing quite as satisfying as catching an artillery shell midair and hurling it back at your enemy, all with your mind. Or you can also use this power to catch a toad leaping in.
Like the Force. That would be pretty sick.
At you, bend spoons, and snag the last Oreo before your roommate. While it does require a great deal of focus to use, telekinesis allows you to manipulate the environment around you in a variety of useful ways just by thinking about it. Number 8, invulnerability. With invulnerability, you are immune to all manner of harm, from gunfire to energy blasts to needles at the doctor's office. Throwing yourself in front of allies and civilians is now a reflexive action because there's no worry about your own safety. Just put your fists on your hips and puff out your chest.
If that's all you have, though, that kind of just sucks. Because you could still get, like, thrown around. You could still get punked and, like, thrown around and stuff. It just wouldn't hurt and it wouldn't do any damage. But you could still, like, look like you're getting beat up. It just wouldn't do anything to you. You know, like you could still get overpowered by something. It just wouldn't actually damage you. But you would still look like an idiot and you wouldn't be able to do like any harm to them. Just because it doesn't do any harm to you.
Because you know what? You can take it. Number 7, hard light constructs. Green Lantern's ring has long been touted as the most powerful weapon in the universe, and with good reason. It's capable of producing hard light constructs in the shape of anything the wielder can think of. Whether you're using it to catch a falling civilian with a catcher's mitt, or to bombard your opponent with jet fighters, the only limit is your imagination. Plus, your creations will be all glowy and neat looking. Number 6, telepathy. Having a private conversation with someone can be hard with other people nearby, so why not communicate with just your minds?
This one is way too high up on the list. Telepathy is not that tough.
The uses of telepathy can be far more intrusive than that, however. Read someone's surface thoughts without them knowing, put a thought into someone's head to make them behave differently, or force yourself into their mind to learn their darkest secrets.
Is that like mind control? That's a little freaky. You could do some freaky stuff if you had mind control. Okay, not like that I would do freaky stuff, but I'm saying like if you could read minds, that would be kind of crazy.
I mean, it sounds cool, but just try not to be a perv about it, okay? Number 5, super speed. Experience the rush of accelerating to speed so fast that you are nothing but a blur. Run up walls, over water, or across the planet in an instant. And don't forget a whole subset of other powers.
Gang, telepathy comes with super intellectual powers and mind control. What do you mean is too high? Logue, okay, riddle me this. Why do you need mind control, buddy? Why do we need mind control? And what do you mean intellectual powers? Like you know anything? Like super intel or what's that called? Omega intelligence from the last one? I personally don't. I would rather have a cool superpower than just be able to like make anyone. Okay, wait a minute. Make anyone do anything you want ever, like whenever you want. That's kind of like slavery, though. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't live with myself if I did that.
Like generating tornado-level winds from spinning your arms, or vibrating your body so fast you can walk through walls. Best of all, never be late for work again. Number 4, fire manipulation. As far as elemental power...
Nope. This one also is overrated.
Powers go, fire reigns supreme. Fire is practical, sure, with the ability to melt through metal doors, or heat your enemies' weapons up so they throw them to the ground.
I really feel like if you were using this like to save people, it would just kill them. Like you would be trying to, if you didn't have like precise control over your fire powers, and you were trying to save like a huge group of people, they would like be dead. Okay, what's Logan saying? Also, if you know anything about superpower, super speed, like the Flash's super speed is so overpowered, you literally have control over an external force, the Speed Force, which is its own universe. Log, you need to go watch the Joe Bart video about the worst superpowers. Because an average human would die. It's not saying you would be Flash. It's saying you would have Flash's power, but like right now, like you. Trust. Just watch a Joe Bart video over it.
But really, fire just looks awesome. Infernos, explosions, flamethrowers, you name it. Also, sometimes fire manipulators are also able to use their ability to fly, so 2 powers for the price of 1. Number 3, super strength. With super strength, you would always be the first person called when a jar needs opening, and when a giant robot needs bashing, a collapsing orphanage needs to be
But when is this happening in real life, though? You know what I'm saying? When are you actually going to need super strength in real life?
Up, or a crashed car needs door ripped off. Gone are the days of being bullied in school or getting mugged by thugs, because anyone who tries is going to get a lamppost tied around them in the shape of a bow.
No, if I'm having super speed, I'm becoming the Flash with the ability of the Speed Force and intelligence. Okay, I agree with you if you're going to be the Flash.
Number 2, invisibility.
Nope, this one also got debunked. Invisibility is a faulty power because light has to touch the back of your eyes for you to be able to see. And if there were no eyes, as in like you were invisible, then it wouldn't work. It would not work, chat. If you turned invisible, also you'd have to be completely naked, which is a little freaky. But it wouldn't work. Like anytime you would become invisible, you would be blind and butt booty naked. And also still visible on thermal cameras. So what are you really going to do, if you're invisible?
Invisibility is a passive power that doesn't let you do crazy stuff that a lot of other powers can, but that's the beauty of it. Invisibility is subtlety. You will go unnoticed as you listen in on conversations, avoid someone who is after you, or walk into movie theaters without paying. The premier tool of espionage, invisibility allows you to be the ultimate spy, but also free movies. And again, don't be a perv. Number 1, flight. The one part of
Flight's up there.
Man of Steel where Superman smiled was when he first experienced the exhilaration of flight. When you don the Tanuki suit as Mario, you know the level is about to be a breeze as you expertly cruise over enemies and obstacles. And how many times have you flown straight up in a video game just to see how far you could go? Flight taps into the fearless adventurer inside us, letting us take off and explore in any direction we choose. Just the feeling of defying gravity, the wind in your hair, the sky literally...
Flight is definitely, it could be comparatively number 1.
Becoming the limit.
Generally,
That is why flight is the coolest superpower there is. And if you're not convinced it's the best, then we offer you this. With the power to fly, you will never have to wait in traffic again.
That's a lame ending. I think Omega Intelligence is definitely number 1. And that was, okay, wait. We're going to go. This is the last video we have, chat. It's the last one. Let's see what this guy says.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is...
Flight, strength, invisibility? Which would you choose if you could pick any superpower? Here's a list.
Dude, if we are going on overall abilities despite it being feasible, the Flash can do everything on this list. I think you just love glazing the Flash, bro.
Of the 15 best. To kick it off, characters like Storm have been using
Storm is better than the Flash.
This one for ages. Weather control and even deeper elemental control can give the superhero or villain the ability to create a weapon out of thin air, earth, fire, or water whenever they please. Wolverine and Deadpool can vouch for this one. Increased healing factors allow superpowered beings to fight all day long. It may be painful, but it's certainly effective. Miles Morales, Translucent, and Sue Storm have been able to get themselves out of sticky situations with the power of invisibility. The element of surprise is a powerful tool. Instant travel comes in handy in all sorts of situations. From instant vacations to tactical fighting, teleportation has made characters like Cloak and Night.
Teleportation's gotta be top 3. Teleportation.
Crawler, some incredibly formidable superheroes. Whether it's Miss Marvel or Green Lantern, the manipulation of energy into physical forms is extremely useful to the creative superhero. At least you never need to carry an umbrella again. A classic answer for everyone's preferred superpower. The ability to fly gives any superpowered being a distinct advantage. Superman, Omni-Man, and Homelander basically always have the high ground. Quicksilver, Makari, A-Train, and of course the Flash. What do they all have?
Here we go, Log. Here we go, dude. Get your popcorn out, dude. It's your favorite people. It's your favorite people on the screen, man.
Have in common? You guessed it. Great hair. It's that just ran around the world in the blink of an eye look. It's hard to get into a fist fight with someone who has super strength. It makes your win percentage go up and up and up. Just ask Hulk or the Thing. There is no more powerful thing to have control over than the mind. With telepathy, even an old man in a wheelchair like Professor X could take down someone like the Juggernaut. Perfect control over your own mind comes in handy as well. Telekinesis allows characters like Jean Grey, Hector Hammond, and Martian Manhunter to accomplish their goals without ever lifting a finger. It's hard to kill you when they basically can't even cause a dent. Luke Cage and the...
This one is tough. This one is tough. Luke Cage... I mess with some Luke Cage, bro. Like undamageable aura. Not aura. What's it called, dude? I just watched a video about this too.
Sentry are literally bulletproof. Let them hit you all you want, so long as you have invulnerability.
The Sentry is also insane, but the Void is terrifying.
You'll never go down. Nothing like an infinite do-over. Kang the Conqueror, Cable, and Booster Gold have mastered the ability of traveling through time. With this, there's no problem that can't be solved, knowledge that can't be learned, or person that can't be stopped. Can't lose if you can't die. Mr. Immortal, Dr. Manhattan, and Vandal Savage all have immortality. This power gives you an unlimited amount of time to master any skill you please.
That's horrible. Immortality is terrible.
Uatu the Watcher and Metron have reached a level of consciousness that in itself gives them near limitless power. Cosmic awareness allows characters to achieve near omnipotence.
Okay, wait, so cosmic awareness is basically like Omega intelligence, right?
Mastery of the mystic arts provides near limitless possibilities. Dr. Fate can come up with any attack, achieve a level of immortality, and lead super teams. The Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange can hop universes, warp reality, and do basically anything. Essentially, a perfect mastery of the mystic arts gives you any power you want. Which of these powers would you choose, and which ones would you include as the greatest superpowers of all time?
Okay, that's an interesting list. Are we out of superhero videos to watch now, though? Okay, wait. I wanna watch this video with y'all because it relates to superheroes.
Trident Vibes, a soft gum with a juicy experience. It's a vibe.
Tour your next home in Azura.
Someday.
When you think of dumb decisions made by characters in movies, you probably instantly think of horror movies. Which is pretty valid because unless you're watching You're Next, then the characters are all making the most stupid and senseless decisions possible.
That's real. That's real. I hate watching horror movies because of this.
Why can't we just get in the running car?
Let's hide behind the chainsaws. Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
But it's not just horror movies. There's actually a lot of superhero movies that have these moments too. So today I'm going to go over some of the dumbest decisions made in superhero movies. First up is when Star-Lord...
I freaking hated this part. Watching this as a kid, I was like, what? I was in 6th grade. 5th or 6th grade when Infinity War came out. What was that? Did you argue that? Y'all, some just made a noise outside, and I'm a little scared. It's alright, though. The stream moves on.
Attacked them.
Anyways, this part of the movie made me so mad. They had him beat, too. They actually could have just killed him right there.
This might actually be the dumbest decision made through all superhero movies. The team get Thanos wrapped up and have a chance to get the gauntlet away from him. And like a dumbass, Star-Lord decides to lash out and attack Thanos after he finds out that Thanos killed Gamora. Buddy, what exactly do you think you're doing pistol whipping Thanos? That is doing absolutely nothing to him. The worst part about all this is the fact that Strange said that they only win once out of like 15 million different possible outcomes. You're telling me there's not another outcome where they take the gauntlet and take a portal up out of there? Or maybe Thor goes for the head? Or Ant-Man puts a bomb up Thanos' ass? Yeah, I don't buy it. Next up is when Iron Man told the
Okay, that's kind of crazy. Putting a bomb up Thanos' butt would be the biggest plot twist in any Marvel movie. I think I know what this one's going to be too.
Commander in his home ad.
Yep, his address. Gosh. This one's stupid.
Address and challenged him. Holy shit, how dumb can you be? For being a genius, Tony makes some pretty stupid decisions. For example, fighting Thor with no plan. Thor's a god and realistically could have murked Iron Man in 2 seconds. This Mandarin incident.
I don't know if I would say that. Because even though Iron Man's like armor was still low tier, when him and Thor fought, his armor like still absorbed some of Thor's power. You know what I'm saying? And also he didn't know that Thor was a god when he attacked him in the first movie. But no, giving a terrorist organization your home address is just, I mean, you're just an idiot for that.
Just don't give your home address and challenge him and this never happens. Making Ultron.
Yep. This was another this is another massive mistake. But wasn't this, yeah, this was Wanda's fault, low-key. Wanda put this idea in Tony's head.
We saw how that turned out. And it led to the death of the GOAT, Quicksilver. Which is still bullshit. Quicksilver would have murked Thanos in 3 seconds, not using...
That's insane to say. Quicksilver wouldn't have been able to do enough damage to kill Thanos at all.
Vision, who he created to win in Civil War. And that's just to name a few examples. But telling the Mandarin not only put him in danger, but also his wife. And then he wasn't even prepared. If I told a terrorist my home address, then you better believe I'm strapped up like Michael in that Legion movie.
You're gonna need this.
But no, instead he was just chilling, and this happened. Next up is when Barry Allen turned back time in The Flash. It was already shown that Barry has accepted the tragedy of his past. This was shown in the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. But in this movie, for no logical reason, Barry is back to not accepting his past, so he decides it would be a good idea to save his mom and prevent his dad's imprisonment. And he talks to Bruce before he makes this decision. Bruce tells him how terrible of a decision that it is, how something as little as stepping on a blade of grass could have serious consequences, and how their past defines who they are now, and how Bruce himself has made a lot of mistakes, but he's learned to live and learn from them. But all that shit goes in one ear and out the other for Barry, and he decides to travel back in time anyways, creating an alternate timeline, or the Flashpoint. But guess what? The dumb decisions don't stop there. He gets knocked out of the time travel sphere thing and lands in the past. And he knows he's still in the past, and yet he decides to stick around and continue to mess shit up. Bruce told him about the butterfly effect. So, Barry knows that everything he does is messing up his timeline. He interacts with his mom, his dad, his past self, his friends. He visits, everywhere that he can. And there's so much more that he does before he decides to actually travel
Back to the future!
I'm rambling a bit too much on this, and this isn't even a quarter of the dumb decisions that Barry made in this movie, so I'll save this for another video. Let's move on. Next up is Batman not killing the Joker. Batman is arguably one of the smartest heroes of all time, so you'd think he would know better than anyone that the only good Joker is a dead Joker. This guy kills hundreds.
Doesn't he have a no-kill rule, though? I mean, that's breaking the code. Joker definitely doesn't have a no-kill rule. I would kill the Joker in this situation.
Hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and Batman never kills him. Just imagine if Batman finally grew a pair and hit Joker with...
Okay, telling Batman himself to grow a pair is diabolical, dude. Batman, I guarantee you, Batman could piece this guy up, alright? I will not tolerate Batman disrespect in this live stream, alright? Batman is the GOAT.
With this.
Batman packed up Superman, dude. That's crazy.
One life sacrificed to save many, 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 many others. It's really that easy. Last up is when Rorschach refused to stay quiet. If you've watched Watchmen, then you know what I'm talking about. At the end of the movie, we find out that Ozzy had bombs set around multiple places around the world staged to look like Dr. Manhattan turned rogue. This in turn would bring the world together to be against Dr. Manhattan,
Killing millions to save billions.
All Rorschach had to do was just stay quiet or even just lie to Manhattan. But nope, he just says straight up he's gonna tell everyone and he gets vaporized. Like, what was your goal here? I get that this kind of shows exactly how Rorschach's character is, but he has a literal 0% chance of getting out of there and being able to tell the world the truth. Like, just lie or stay quiet, tell the world another time or some shit. This death was kind of pointless, and it sucked because Rorschach was like my favorite character. There's more to cover, but I'll save that for a part 2.
Just fucking hit the subscribe, like, and share button. All that shit.
You heard the man Jorge. Hit the subscribe, like, and share button.
I'm not listening to Jorge. But, chat, for those of you in here, I think we're going to have to end the video here, or end the live here. It is a school night, and we got some chores to do, but that's the live. So, thank you guys for stopping in and watching some superhero videos with me. So, love y'all, man. Thanks for stopping in. Let's go.